welcome to the Spirit Broadcast Podcast. I'm Aidan Price. Joined beside me is Zak Goodman, Zak DeBaggis, and Jack Adamson. So, what did you guys think of that basketball game last night?
Woo! Let's go Warriors.
It was quite the crazy game.
Yeah, plural. JV game. Bobby Volunteer hit the game-winning three. And I got to say, that was the shot of the night. I'd put that over Ben Timmons' dunk.
His two dunks.
His two dunks, yeah. I mean, that was one of the coolest, three-pointers I've ever seen.
I think, and that was like from deep downtown.
Yeah, he was falling away, hit a couple guys
He had a couple
him.
guys on him, too.
Yeah, and there was actually some attendance for that one, so
Yeah,
the boys got up there.
Yeah.
To storm the court for the JV game, so that was exciting. The varsity game, it's very exciting for the Warriors because they were able to knock off a championship contender in Cherokee Trail because of Jay Zadlati. He makes it, his return to the team has made them one of the most dominant teams in 5A since his return, and the Warriors were able to beat them seemingly handily the whole game. They controlled the whole game.
Yeah. And then Kyle Lucas Savage scored his 1,000th point, and that's a big number. Very few high school athletes.
And if you think about it, he played a little bit in his sophomore season, but if you play 50 games, which he's probably played around there, he's averaging 20 points a game too. Gets to that 1,000-point mark. So very, very exciting mark for Kyle Lucas Savage to reach. Very impressive.
He shoots some shots that, I mean, it's great that Jansen gives him the ball, but he'll take some shots where you think there's no way he can make that. He made it. Like last night, he hit
He was on fire.
Yeah, I believe it was the second quarter. He hit a falling away three, got fouled, and drained it.
Yeah.
And then he did the classic, staring down the crowd. But that's just
Now it's good to see because you see there was a 7-game slide in the middle of the season when the Warriors didn't have Ben Timmons.
It's tough to bring that momentum back up.
The team morale was really at a low.
Yeah.
And to see all these guys, Ben Timmons really just manhandling people down low, smiling the whole game, gets kicked out. He knew what the consequence was when he did the pull-up on the rim.
Yeah.
He didn't care. Kyle Lucas Savage really brought some grit. 25 points in the game. Second highest scoring behind Jay Zadlati. They fouled him out early in the fourth quarter, which was big.
Yep.
And just overall, they controlled the whole game.
It was and I think who do we play next?
They had Overland on Friday at Overland.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 2 weeks ago we played Overland.
We played Overland at home and lost. Overland was actually not playing very well at that point, and then they beat us, and that just flipped for them because they've won 5 straight, including knocking off Grandview, number 1 seeded Grandview. They beat Eagle Crest a couple weeks ago. They beat Cherokee Trail at Cherokee Trail.
Yep.
They're a really hot team right now.
But
so
I mean,
it's gonna be a tough win for the Warriors, but something they probably need a win for the playoff seeding.
If I'm comparing the team I saw when they came into Sitting Eagle and then comparing them to the team we just saw last night, the Warriors have a shot.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, with Timmons down low, with him and Johnson on the floor, that's the best big man duo I've seen in Arapahoe in a long time.
There's really not, just when Timmons was out, we were an undersized team, especially when Johnson got in foul trouble or he wasn't on the court.
He couldn't man up with some of the big guys.
He couldn't, but now that we have Timmons and Johnson on the court, we're oversizing other teams.
Yeah, and then it's able to free up the outside, just let Otten shoot threes. They have such a good offensive scheme going.
And then Mitch Sweeney has really come to himself the last couple of weeks. He had a big game against Creek, played well against Smoky Hill, and again last night he played pretty well.
Yeah,
there's big points out of your 3 big guys, Johnson, Kyle, and Ben. Ben put up 25. Kyle put up 25. Ben put up 20, and Jerry put up 19. So that's just production out of your big 3.
Yeah, when you look at the stats of that, they had Ian Kelly, who was a big guy, number 24, and he, got a little hot towards the end, but he just got rolled over.
No one on their team, neither Ian Kelly or Dion Patterson, they could not stop Ben Timmons.
He had that left-handed little roll. I don't know how many.
When they went the up and under, where
the
he
Mike
threw it
and
up.
drills,
That was awesome.
He was just completely unstoppable in the paint.
It was cool to see because they'd feed it to him every single time, and they called, I think, 2 timeouts in the span that he was doing that. Nothing worked. You can't defend against that. I don't know Timmons' exact height and reach, but I don't care how.
I think he's like 6'5".
And especially because
Yeah.
they gotta, if you help with him, he's just gonna give it to Johnson, who can make the layup too. And
Yeah.
that's what he was doing. I mean, Ben was dishing the ball a little bit last night too. And it's really good to see from the Warriors because of, just a few games back, but now on that 7-game slide, they cannot beat anyone. You watch a team that, when they didn't have Ben in there, they would get Lucas Savage would get doubled up almost all the time, and they just had no one on the team that could really score because
Yeah.
it would be Johnson would be a little oversized down low, and he could produce a little bit of points, but everyone else just no one could really produce for the team.
Yeah.
Otten would give you some looks there and there,
Yeah.
but there's just not a lot of open shots the Warriors took.
Timmons has freed up so much more than just what's underneath the basket. He's the key for the Warriors going into the playoffs.
Was this his first game back?
No, he played against Creed.
Creed was the first game back, and that's two of their last 3 games have been. All 3 of their games have been against top 10 teams, and they've gone 2-1. So
Yeah.
very excited for the
That's
Warriors.
very
Good. Especially for someone that's just coming back from being injured.
Yeah, with
This is-
that 6
Third game.
that 6-week ankle injury and he's been hurt a lot in his career.
Yeah, he's
No,
always
he-
back.
he
He
hurt his arm
sat
last year,
out
too.
all last year because of his ankle. So
I believe it was his collarbone.
that might have
Well,
been.
there's a couple.
Yeah, he gets banged up down
He's-
there, but when he's on, he is on. So
He's
it's-
tough to defend, and that's where the Warriors, they really had a shot. They're probably not going to get an unbelievable seed for the playoffs just because they're 9-12 right now.
But they're going to be one of the toughest. lower
They've
seeds
proved
to
that they
get
can
by.
beat the best team. That Cherry Creek's one of the best teams in the state. Cherokee Trail's one of the best teams in the state. Grandview was ranked number 1 for a while. They actually lost last night, but
They were 10-0, and we beat them without Timmons. So there is definitely potential
And
on
the
the floor when
difference-
he's not there.
The difference between that game and the game I saw last night is that game we relied so heavy on our jump shots, and we were hitting a lot of shots.
Yeah.
But last night, we were taking a lot of, there's high percentage jump shots, but then there's high percentage just down low, and Timmons just laying it in, and
The
Johnson.
fundamentals were there.
And then you saw a lot of times, I saw Miss Sweeney drive the baseline and then just drop it off to a cutting Will Otten a few
That
times.
was
We were getting a
beautiful.
lot of easy layups instead of taking these tough shots. I don't remember a 4th shot that we had last night. So it was a very good showing by the Warriors.
Yeah, it was a fun game to be at, and that's a great way to go out. I don't want to make any predictions to playoffs. I don't know if there's a small chance we get a home seed.
We do we'll get a home game for the first game.
Really?
Was it against Harris? I know that was
There was, well, if the thing,
I think
the
if you're
season
Chasta,
ended-
you got to say look, it
Well,
may
they
not
do
match
it.
up.
They
but
do it all based on RPI. It's a little different than they used to. So just however the RPI rankings fall, that's how they do it. And a couple of weeks ago, actually a week ago after the Cherry Creek game win, if the season would have ended that day, if no one would have played any more games, we were matched up against Heritage. I'm sure things have shifted around a little bit. There's probably a small possibility it still ends up happening.
If you're Chasta, you got to be looking at and just go, you know what? It might not match up, but that'd be one hell of a game.
It'd be
I-
the craziest game.
It would
Yeah.
be,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the
Attendance
rules
would
are.
be through the roof.
based on
it
a
would be
playoff game,
loud.
Well,
Especially with
Heritage.
Arapahoe playing as well as they would.
Oh.
It would just be ridiculous.
That points out the crowd last night was unbelievable.
Yeah, they
There's
were
been-
great. I had to take the headset
crowd-
off just to see, is it really this loud?
The crowd's been really lacking this. The crowd has not been great this year. But last night they showed up in full force. There was a lot of kids there to support the seniors on senior night, and hopefully we get that turnout in the playoffs.
It was awesome. That was a great game to be
Great atmosphere. Crowd was really into it too. It wasn't just the seniors chanting. It was everyone was really into the game.
And Scott and I talked about that on air, that there is, at Sadie Eagle particularly, there's a home court advantage a lot more than, I've gone to a couple other schools and seen what their home court's like, and certainly they're loud. But Arapahoe just gets when they're on a roll and the crowd's into it, there's a different energy than other schools.
And just look at our home record compared to our away record.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
tell the exact numbers, but I'm sure we're a lot better. And then even the games where we've traveled well, like we had a big student section against Rampart in our first game of the year. They were a top 20 team at the time, and we had a lot bigger students. They didn't have anybody there, and the kids definitely made a difference in the game. Basketball's such a momentous game that
Oh, yeah.
you can really rely on the crowd just to build your own momentum.
Yeah, and that's why I think being a basketball fan is so much fun, is because there's a team will go on a 9-0 run, and then the crowd just goes from 0 to 60 like that. So
There's a lot of pressure. The only two sports where it really, you see it in hockey a little bit, but any sport you feel the crowd a little bit, but football in basketball, just when you're a football player, you hear it when your team's on defense, the quarterbacks can't get his signals out to his players, and then in basketball, it's just riding the momentum. When they're on defense, you cannot hear a thing.
No, and yeah, I really want there to be a home game for the playoffs. I really want.
There will be a first round one, and
Oh.
I'm not sure if they do it how they used to in football, but I'm pretty sure that if you win an away game, that your next game is home in the playoffs.
Okay, and the rankings would come, or the brackets would come out this Sunday.
I
after
believe
this
around this
Friday?
Sunday.
Okay.
I know that the last games are this Friday. Maybe there might be a few Saturday games, but I know that our playoff game will get a home one. Coach Jansen actually told me today that we would get a home game next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
So that'll be exciting. Exciting atmosphere from City Eagles Gymnasium last night for the Warriors. Big boys basketball win over Cherokee Trail. And that has been our Spear Broadcast Podcast. I'm Zach Goodman, alongside Zak DeBaggis, Jack Adamson, and Aidan Price. Signing off.
Thank you.